In this video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about rubrics and how they work in this course. The reason why I want to show you this is because rubrics are important and they're the way that you both get graded and you get feedback from me on your paper. So they're really, really important. Here's where we'll start with a rubric. The first thing that we'll do when we begin an essay is we'll build the rubric together. So after we spend some time discussing the assignment, the purpose, the requirements, the implicit and explicit instructions, as a group we will have a rubric. I'll just build a generic one in a Google Doc and then have you guys hop into it and start adding elements to that rubric. So for example, with essay 1, we'll look at those instructions. We'll add elements like describe career goals, organization, clarity, etc. So we want to make sure that we get all of the elements that the essay needs in order to be successful into that rubric. Then what I'll do is I will organize that rubric so it makes a little bit more sense. And so I'm going to show you one here. So this is a generic rubric for students in the past. These are all elements that students added in that group project process, and then I just organized it so it made a little bit more sense. When we get one of these completed, every time you turn in your essay, I'll make a specific one for you with your name on it so that I can give you individual feedback. So here you'll see all of those elements. Describe educational goals, describe career goals. These are all the things that the essay needs to do in order to be successful. So as I'm reading your paper, I'll give you feedback on the actual Word document, so you'll get some comments from me, maybe some minor edits, etc. And then I'll also fill out this rubric for you. So let me give you an example of one that's filled out. When you turn in an essay to me, I'm going to build a new column. So I will insert a column here, and then I'll put in comments on draft 3, for example, if that's where you're at. I'll put in the date so you know today's the 27th. And then I'll give you general comments on the top, and then I will change these colors around so you know kind of where you're at. So green means you've got it, you're fine, you don't need to worry. Yellow means maybe you're there or it's got some problems, not exactly right, so that's where you want to spend your time. If you have red, that means that you don't have it at all, so you need to be adding that or working on it. Now remember, the way an essay gets graded is that you have to keep doing drafts until your essay rubric is all green. So this is a really easy way to figure out what you need to focus on. So for example, this student has their educational goals, they have their career goals, they don't need to worry about that. Looks like they haven't spent enough time discussing community or college involvement. So that might be an element that they want to focus on. This works really well because it lets you be a little bit more efficient in your writing and your revising. So I'll also give you some comments along the side, so some specific comments for each element of those rubric. And you'll see there's some things in here that are pretty specific, 500 to 1200 words, and then some are a little bit more general, like sense of audience. So you'll have a balance of those things. This is what a finished rubric looks like. So this person has done 3 drafts, they got everything that they needed to get done, all green, and then they're done with that essay and they can move on. That essay now counts towards their grade, their final grade for the semester. So when you get an essay back from me, you're going to go to your initial assignment where you turned it in, and you'll find an attachment with comments on your draft, and you'll find a link, and that link will look something like this. I'll just copy and paste this from this Google Doc and add it to the assignment in Blackboard, so that you'll want to look at both the essay, the Word document, and then also the link to your rubric. So let me know if you have questions. I think students really like the rubric because it helps them figure out exactly what they need to be working on, and it lets me give you a lot of feedback so that you can keep revising.